Have you ever wondered how a man who hated Christians became one of the greatest apostles in history? This is the powerful story of Paul the Apostle, a man whose life was completely transformed after an encounter with Jesus Christ. But before he became Paul, he was known as Saul, and Saul was feared by Christians everywhere. Saul was a Pharisee, a strict religious leader who believed that the followers of Jesus were spreading dangerous lies. He was determined to stop the Christian movement at all costs. In fact, the Bible first introduces Saul during the execution of Stephen, the first Christian martyr. As Stephen was being stoned to death for preaching about Jesus, the people laid their coats at Saul's feet. Saul approved of what was happening, and after that moment, he began hunting down Christians. The Bible says Saul went from house to house, dragging men and women out and throwing them into prison. But Saul was not satisfied. He wanted to wipe out Christianity completely. So he went to the high priest and asked for permission to travel to the city of Damascus to arrest any followers of Jesus he could find. With authority in hand and anger in his heart, Saul began his journey. But something incredible was about to happen. Something that would change his life forever. As Saul approached Damascus, suddenly a bright light from heaven flashed around him. It was so powerful that Saul fell to the ground. Then he heard a voice call his name. "Saul, Saul, why do you persecute me?" Saul was shocked and confused. He asked, "Who are you, Lord?" And the voice answered, "I am Jesus, whom you are persecuting." In that moment, Saul realized something life-changing. The very Jesus he was fighting against was alive. When Saul stood up from the ground, he opened his eyes. But he couldn't see. The powerful encounter had left him blind. The men traveling with him had to lead him by the hand into Damascus. For 3 days Saul could not see. He did not eat. He did not drink. He only prayed. Meanwhile, God spoke in a vision to a disciple named Ananias of Damascus. God told him to go and pray for Saul. But Ananias was afraid. He had heard about Saul. Everyone knew Saul persecuted Christians. But God told Ananias something amazing. "This man is my chosen instrument to proclaim my name to the Gentiles." So Ananias obeyed. He went to Saul, laid his hands on him, and prayed. Suddenly, something like scales fell from Saul's eyes. His sight was restored, and Saul was baptized. From that moment on, everything changed. The man who once hunted Christians now became a follower of Christ. Even more surprising, Saul immediately began preaching in the synagogues that Jesus Christ is the Son of God. People were shocked. They could hardly believe it. Wasn't this the same man who came to destroy the church? But God had completely transformed him. Later, the Bible begins to call Saul by another name, Paul. And Paul the Apostle would go on to become one of the greatest missionaries in history. He traveled across nations preaching the gospel, planting churches, and writing many of the letters that now make up the New Testament. The man who once tried to destroy Christianity became one of its strongest voices. And his story reminds us of something powerful. No one is too far from God's grace. Because if God could transform Saul into Paul, he can transform anyone.